Hello, TOEFL students! Today, we're going to talk about TOEFL structure skills 9 and 10. Skill 9 is about adjective clause connectors. You might remember from your other English classes that adjective clauses describe nouns. Here are the different adjective clause connectors. It is important that you are able to identify these words as connectors during the TOEFL structure exam. Adjective connectors can be omitted, which means not used, in casual spoken or written English, but it is not common in formal English, and it is not common on the structure questions in the TOEFL exam. So, the adjective clauses on the TOEFL exam will have connectors. Let's look at an example sentence. I like the dress that you are wearing. We have a subject, I, and verb, like, and then an adjective clause connector, that, another subject, you, and another verb, are wearing. That you are wearing is the adjective clause. The adjective clause can also come in between the main subject and the main verb. The dress that you are wearing is beautiful. Here, the main subject is the dress, and the main verb is. Then we have the adjective clause connector that, the subject you, and the verb are wearing. Skill 10 is adjective clause connector subjects. There are some adjective clause connectors that can be both connectors and subjects in a sentence. We see those connectors here: who, which, and that. We use who for people, which for things, and that for people or things. Let's look at an example. I bought the dress that was on sale. There's a subject, I, and verb, bought, and then the connector subject, that, and the last verb, was. Here, that is both the connector and the subject for this adjective clause. So, TOEFL skills 5 through 10 are all about different types of connectors. Don't forget, there's a list of connectors in your TOEFL structure copies. You should memorize these words so that you can recognize the connectors on the exam. Number 1. Remember, on this part of the exam, the first thing we should do is identify the subjects, verbs, and determine what is missing. So we have a subject, modern humans, and a verb, appeared. Then we have a connector, who. Can who also be a subject? Yes, who can be a subject and a connector. So here it is both the subject and connector. So we have 2 subjects, a connector, and 1 verb. That means our sentence is missing another verb. Now that we know what is missing, we can eliminate the obviously wrong answers. Apple has a present participle, but there's no be verb in front of it. Remember skill 3 A present participle without the be verb is an adjective, so this is not the answer. Cat has a subject, they. Dog also has a subject, so those are not the answer. Therefore, our answer is boy, were called. Number 2, we have a subject, the first writing, and a verb, is. So that means our sentence is missing a connector, subject, and verb, or something else. Apple only has a subject, but we need either a connector, subject, and verb, or something different. So apple is not the answer. Boy has a connector and a subject, but no verb. Cat only has a verb. So that means our answer is dog, that we have. Connector, subject, and verb. Number 3, we have a connector, which, and a verb, store. Don't get confused with this verb. It's not the noun store. We know that because we have an object right here, which store water. Okay, so we have a connector and a verb. Can this connector also be a subject? Yes, it can. So, we have one subject, one connector, and one verb. Because we have a connector, we know that this sentence needs 2 clauses. So that means the sentence is missing another subject and verb. Now, let's eliminate obviously wrong answers. Boy is only a subject. There is no verb. Cat has a subject and verb and then an object. But look at our sentence. We already have an object, so we do not need another one. Dog has a connector, which. We already have a connector, and for 2 clauses, we only need one connector. So dog is not our answer. Therefore, our answer is apple. Succulents are. Now it is your turn to finish the rest of the sentences. Make sure you follow the structure strategies for questions 1 through 15. Do not look at the answers right away. First, identify the subjects, verbs, and connectors. Then, determine what's missing in the sentence. Use this to eliminate the obviously wrong answers. These sentences are focused on skill 9 and 10, so make sure you remember adjective clause connectors. And who, which, and that can be both the connector and the subject of a sentence. As always, if you have any questions about this work or any of the skills, you can send me a message and I'll help you. Good luck!